What's happening, my love? Today I'm gonna show you scientific diagram of why quantum shifting, quantum healing, Neville Goddard type of changing your reality by your assumption works. Ta-da! The whiteboard. Hey guys, my name is Jovan and this is Avatar Academy. Let me show you something real quick. I have to look at the paper to actually draw. So this is consciousness right here. Now this is 0 point. So what does the 0 point mean? It means that this is outside of space. There's no space. There's no matter. There's nothing. There's just consciousness. So this is you. Or what we also call God self, if you will. Now, if you want to experience yourself without, not out of body, but without body, space-time, out without universe, look for the 0 point guidance meditation on my channel. Okay? Now, 0 point self, you don't have to believe me, you can try it out. But now, I will not go into this. I will just say what happens inside of space. See, the consciousness is dreaming the space, and now it has these different levels. It has, well, let's do Leonardo's Vitruvian Man. If you're familiar with the famous Da Vinci painting, this is my version of it. So, we have a little guy with a ball on his head, and this will represent 3 levels of reality. This one we will call universe. Universe, right? And here, actually, I think it's going to be 4 levels. So let me say here, thoughts. Thoughts, okay. And then your body will have memory. We can also call memory the subconscious. Let me and physical. I hope I'm spelling that correctly. So let's go and say, you are outside of space and time. You are peeking into your little third eye. You are peeking into the world, then from your third eye into, then to, oh my god, drawing upside down is really fucked up. Okay, so you're peeking into your first person experience. Here you have constructed rules of the game. Here you're thinking about stuff. Here you're memorizing everything that ever happened, and here you're experiencing physicality. Now, in the quantum physics or mysticism, physicality, it shows up as a collapse of a potential. So the physicality is actually imagination that is condensed. Now what defines how physicality shows up is the memory. So you have the memory, your personal karma, okay, or the collective karma also, are all of the ideas that are recorded. And we call this subconscious because you're thinking about some ideas consciously in this experience, okay, you're thinking about stuff, but in your body you have energetic resonance of all the stuff that you already assume to be true. The physical experience is collapsing from a quantum potential based on this set, based on your memory. Okay, so therefore what you expect, you get. What you expect, you get. You don't get exactly what you're thinking about, but what your body expects, you get. Now here, you have the rules of the game. This is higher mind, or God mind, or universe. These are rules. Now, when we talk about quantum healing, rules of the universe are perfect. There's no ill thinking and there's no disease or ailment in the God mind. These are the rules, how everything is constructed. Now, when we come to thoughts and memories and the experience of physical reality, we can experience distortion of thinking. And then we can have a memory distortion, and then we can have physical ailments, or poverty, or any kind of like condition of not being able. Now how? So I will first tell you how does this, how is this distortion created, and then I will tell you how to dispel it from this guy, because you're this guy. You can never change something from here, from this level. On this level, everything is perfect. So if there is a distortion here, you need to come to this guy. Like when we pray to God, we're actually this guy talking to this guy, right? And then through here, and not where everything is perfect, we will get an override of this reality. So prayer activates this and this to override this, okay? So we cannot change from this. By thinking, we cannot change. By praying, we activate this and this, and then we change this. So I will also explain scientifically or in a diagram, or I just explained how prayer works, but there's also like a little bit more to it. So I might go into that. So first, how do we get a thinking distortion? If everything is perfect here, but we start to think of ourselves as separate from perfection, we start to create problems, and then we perpetuate thinking about problems. Basically, we are creating now a reality that becomes our perpetual interpretation, so it becomes our memory or habit, and then this is also manifested or reflected because the physical reality is collapsing to show us what our subconscious believes is true. And then we see the physical reality, we reinforce our thinking by the assumption of lack that is showing up in the physical because we had an erroneous thought. But if we don't see this, if we are thinking about reality as purely physical, then we are creating confirmation bias from the physical reality that is showing lack or disease. We're interpreting that again, creating that into a story, reinforcing the memory, and the physical reality still shows up lacking or distorted or in ailment. Now, all of this experiencing is a distortion of the rules. So we are creating now a subset of reality where we can experience ailment, poverty, and all this type of stuff. So we call ourselves fallen angels because we are operating within this, but we are moving and thinking not in coherence with this. This is what we call sometimes God. Okay, but we are all God. We are all just consciousness, and the consciousness is experiencing this and this and this and this and distortions of that. Now, how do we change something? First of all, if we are still operating from this first person immersion and we think this guy is going to change something, then we're creating more errors thoughts. Because everything has been perfect, but we cannot see now that we are caught up in this vicious cycle of distortion. So we need to change, actually, by stop assuming that there is a disease, that there is an ailment, and stop reconfirming that, because I'm saying, whatever you're experiencing, lack, ailment, poverty, that is the physical manifestation of a recorded memory, and it might be very plausible to you, because it might be 12 generations of your ancestors that have been having the same experience, reinforcing the culture, reinforcing the beliefs, and reinforcing the physical state of being. And now you actually look around you and there's nothing. Like, you don't have a house, you don't have money, you don't have food. And your father, your mother, your grandpa, your grandma, their ancestors, nobody had it. So it just becomes like a common place for everybody to think that this is our reality, the physical. This is not. This is our reality. This is a construct. This, all of this is an illusion. This is reality. This is reality. This is construct rules of the universe in which that are also constructed. So the consciousness is dreaming the universe and the rules and the God mind, creating this computer, okay? But here everything is perfect. And here it can be aligned with this perfection, but you have to realize, who are you? You are this. Experiencing this, experiencing this, experiencing this, experiencing this. So, how to change the physical reality? Thinking won't change it. And trying to fight it, but reconfirming that what you're seeing in the physical reality is true, won't change it. Changing the memory. Now, how to change the memory? Can this guy change the memory? Can you change the energetic memory of layers and layers and layers of impressions where you have been reconfirming this vicious cycle? Perhaps it's not your fault. Maybe you just first learned about reality when you got incarnated, that it's physical, and you learn to interpret the physical reality, so you're staying in this loop. Where you change the memory is when you know you're this, and then you tell this to override this. So this is prayer. You know that you're this, or you are here, but you're praying to this, to activate this, to override you. So you cannot change it, because you will be updated, like operating system update from here, overrides your reality. And then you get a new memory. You're free to interpret things in a new way, but the physical reality appears according to this new memory. So this can override the memory. This is why God can heal you, right? You are the consciousness dreaming the God and the man, okay? Let's call it like this. This ain't even God. This has no name. This is just a being. But if you call the higher self God, okay, whatever. I don't want to mess with words. It doesn't really matter. This is the universe. It has rules. This is perfect. This is your experience as a man. You are this. Okay, I said it enough times. Now, when you ask for this to be changed, you need to let go of yourself, because then the version of yourself that believes in the physical, that believes in some kind of lack, will be dead and updated quantumly with a new version of yourself that feels light, feels good, in alignment with this. So you have to let go of thinking and habits and physical reality. But then you experience quantum shift, quantum jump. Because when the memory is changed, then the potential of how the physical reality shows up in this quantum simulation is also changed. So you have a quantum jump, which is like an immediate shift. Quantum jump is an immediate shift from experiencing something in physical order that is distorted into you dropping this from your memory, dropping this from your individual karmic set, and then feeling love. You feel perfected and united with the higher self. And when I say you, not the consciousness, as consciousness you're never affected, but you as a first person character, Super Mario and Luigi, bro, you feel, and then reality gives you different potential is rendered. The one that is in accordance with the coherence of the higher self and the little self, the avatar, okay, in coherence with love, unity, perfection, and you get it. Now your physical reality responds differently to you. But as long as you're holding on to your data set of memories, where there is all kind of ill thinking or distortion, disappointment, language conditioning, ancestral conditioning, trauma, whatever. Let me give you an example. What is a distortion? What is like the error in thinking? Let's say I'm thinking from this level, so I'm not thinking in coherence with the higher self. So I say, we can't do that. I just had this, my baby mama said to my kid, you can't do that. And I'm like, please, don't teach our child, you can't do that. Because if we want to tell him the truth, we don't see the way to do that from here. Let's find out the way to do that. But can't does not exist in the higher self. You see, because you are infinite potential. So the word, this is linguistic conditioning. You can't, and then you assume you can't. Well, who are you? You are God, you're infinite, and you are unlimited potential, so you can. But maybe from your physical appearance, something is not, like you don't see a linear way to. Let's say, I can't get that toy when I need to get up. Now I can get it, right? I can't get that over there. Well, there's a way, so I'm not, but if I stay in this belief that I can't, then I might even start to be like interpreting that reality with like, I wanted to have that, but I can't have it. Now I'm living in lack. Well, it's not true. But now you're remembering that you can't. You see? Now you're adding interpretation. Oh my God, if I had that, my life would have been like easier and whatnot. But now I can't have it, so because I can't reach there. So this is if I'm basing reality purely on the physical interpretation of things, it can create logic, but this is not holistic. It's not wholesome. It's not quantum. Quantum logic is superior to physical interpretation type of logic. Quantum logic is magic. If you're using logic that is contained in this subset of physical reality, you might not get very far. You may feel like you're trapped and always just in a prison of physical things and circumstances where you can only react to this. If you understand that inspired thought creates a feeling, memories are experienced as feelings or emotions, right? Or the subconscious. Well, you can influence the change because your consciousness is experiencing the God mind, the thinking, the emotions, and the physical reality. So from consciousness, you influence the God mind to give you inspiration. Then you speak prayer to your subconscious. Your body changes your memory. Now your physical reality changes. It's kind of simple. It's simple as fuck. Understand that prayer, there is no outside God that needs to grant you a desire. Maybe this, if you're praying like this, it will not work. Like, please God, bro, like I can't reach that. Can you like help me? And now the guy is coming from the sky and it's like moving this into your arms. No. It's like, I am that which is the absolute everythingness. The universe, the God mind, this guy and everything else, the quantum interconnectedness of all things. With this, connecting the hemispheres, pressing the hands into the center of your heart, uniting the mind and the heart, you're uniting also with the God mind, you're uniting everything, creating connection. This here creates connection between everything. And then your words inspire everything. They change the subconscious memory and ultimately change the physical reality. But they change how you feel, okay, because you need to change how you feel here in the memory, in the subconscious, right? So you want to know, if you're just thinking about it, it won't change what you memorized already. Wishful thinking will not change your habits and behavioral patterns and distorted beliefs that have been perpetuated into a behavioral pattern. So your thoughts will not change your behavioral pattern. But if your thoughts are connected with everything and saying to your subconscious, change my expectation of reality, change my memory, change my behavioral pattern, then you are in effect changing the subconscious. And then the physical, that is just an appearance, a quantum condensation that is reflecting your subconscious, will change. See you guys.